Hello and welcome to the Wedding School. Today I have a very special episode for you with a very special person. This is Merryn. She is my university friend and we are here to talk about planning an event from afar. Last week we helped her organise her love celebration. So firstly, what is a love celebration?
A love celebration for us was bringing together family and friends that we have known for a long time, and really just celebrating obviously our love for each other, but certainly bringing families from two countries together and having a fun party.
So I sort of wanted to concentrate today on, as I mentioned before, planning from afar. So there's many challenges that comes from planning from the other side of the world, and I just wanted to sort of talk about that with you, and maybe if you can share some tips with us as well as how to manage that.
Sure. Clearly the biggest challenge was time zone difference. The best thing we could do was obviously communicate via Skype. The many Skype sessions really help us to quickly make decisions, and whether it be from me in London or whether it's someone interstate or even in Brisbane, just using the technology to communicate with each other, and really helped on the sort of efficiency of making the decisions that were needed.
And also, I guess, looking at, the sequencing of the event, like, what to book first, where to really start. So how did you find that?
Yeah, I think the second, probably the second tip would be around sequencing of what to do when and which decisions to be making throughout the time was really important. So having someone with your experience obviously could guide me quite quickly in terms of where to focus on at any which time in the entire process.
And is there anything that sort of surprised you through the planning process that you weren't expecting?
I think what made it different, it was because it wasn't standard. So I think what stood out was probably we need to go through certain different types of avenues, or different options. So the number of options we had in terms of everything from the entertainment, the venue itself. For example, Carlisle has a very intimate feel to it, not a commercial feel. So that suited the vision of what we wanted. And I would definitely recommend for those who are wanting to do something different, really just take a step back and then think about just some crazy ideas or crazy options, because you'll probably come to one that's best suited to you, so take the time to do that.
And I guess what's your biggest, top tip for people that that are planning from afar?
Firstly, have a wedding planner or have an event planner. Take the time to enjoy the process, rather than it being, a stressful, really high stressful sort of thing. Really, just enjoy it and enjoy the process and just be calm.
So thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for taking the time to chat. It's so good to get a perspective of a client, because even though we've done it for many, many years, sometimes we don't realise what is actually really important to you, and what can make the difference in the planning process. So thank you so much. It was a beautiful event. I attended, and so much love in the room. It was out of the box, but in the best way it could be. So very memorable and for all the right reasons. So thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure, and we'll see you soon.